It was the kind of town people never wanted to leave.
Bay St. Louis was a beautiful community.
Everybody knew each other. You know, you'd meet up on Sunday at church.
A great place to raise families.
Then came Katrina. What happened next hit this town as hard as the storm.
It was just a nightmare to find out that you weren't covered. They just said you're denied.
It's the worst bad faith I've ever seen by any of the insurance companies that I've ever had to deal with.
This is a criminal act committed against us.
There ought to be a national registry of child molesters and insurance company executives, because I hold them in the same very low esteem.
People don't want any more lip service. They want to know where they're going, and they want to know when they're going to get there.
This is Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, the town where I grew up. I've been returning here for the past year as it struggles to recover from Hurricane Katrina. Bay St. Louis has come so far since that horrible day last August, but the town still has a long way to go. A year after Katrina, a quarter of residents haven't returned. Half of the businesses are still closed. Here, the difference between success and failure, rebuilding or not, is often an insurance check, a check that for so many has simply not come. This is the Bay St. Louis that now only exists in my memories, the house where I grew up, the ice cream parlor my family ran, the high school where I was president of the senior class. It was, as the town motto says, a place apart.
This is like a freaking tsunami. Holy.
On August 29th, Katrina's 34-foot storm surge and 125-mile-an-hour winds destroyed or inundated 95% of Bay St. Louis. People had to swim for their lives.
Just huge waves, just very large. And so I would grab a limb or a tree or whatever I could, and then I got washed away.
It was 3 days after Katrina when I made my way back to Bay St. Louis. This can't be Bay St. Louis. There were houses here that were beautiful, big houses surrounded by these enormous old oaks. I searched for missing neighbors. Excuse me, y'all seen any Kurgasons, Trutells, or anyone named Van Schultz? Any Ogdens or Gottsagans from New Orleans? No? Okay. The destroyed Bay Bridge was the only place cell phones worked, the only place to connect.
My son's alive.
I told you. I told you.
He climbed on top of his roof.
I told you. I told you.
What? I didn't know if he was alive. The last time I talked to him, he was taking on water.
Finally, behind sunglasses, I recognized a familiar face from high school.
I said, I think that's Baby Coop. Our homes are destroyed, but we're okay. We're alive.
Like many in Bay St. Louis, my classmate Diane Edwards' house and life were in shambles.
It'll be a moment when I reach for something or want something and I say, oh, well, I don't have that anymore. You know, not even my address book. Watch your step, Kathy. Our family's way more fortunate than most.
No, we are. I mean, look at those who had nothing to come back to.
You know, we just thank God we have our lives. I was a fanatic about my floors.
The few possessions not blown or washed away, unsalvageable. Is this our yearbook?
That's a yearbook, a Bay High yearbook. I think that's open to the page of my brother.
This is 75.
Oh, yes, that's one of ours.
Hey, there's Mr. Blanchett.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just pull on up. It's right up there. See the big dome? We had a great gym.
Oh my God, it's a shelter. Our high school is a makeshift shelter.
There are people getting sick because they don't have food. I mean, they're getting sick and vomiting and diarrhea, and they don't have any way to cook food.
Our ice cream parlor is over here. Downtown, I'm so disoriented.
Let's see if I can get to this.
I walk right over the rubble of my family's old ice cream parlor.
Oh my God.
This is the house on South Beach Boulevard where I lived. My family's old home was one of Bay St. Louis's many hurricane-proof houses. These are the poles that were supposed to keep this house together. We'd owned it for 30 years.
I know how I'm going to call my mom, my dad, my brother, my sisters. Tell them that the house that they grew up in, we had so many wonderful years, is gone. It's all gone.
The town had lost so much. It's hard to believe what would come next.
Our insurance company is nationwide, and they are not on our side. We thought we were covered.